Flu season is here, and when you're on the go, you're much more susceptible to coming down with the flu. So what's your best defense against the flu and flu symptoms when life isn't going to stop and wait for you? Well, here to help us answer that question is Dr. Kenneth Redcross, a board-certified physician in internal medicine. He joins us on the line now. Dr. Redcross, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on.
So, Dr. Redcross, many of our listeners are constantly on the go. What are some of the things we should keep in mind in terms of preventing the flu?
Well, it's important for us to keep in mind that the flu is transmitted hand to hand. So you have to make sure as a traveler that you're washing your hands often, and definitely avoid rubbing your eyes and nose as well, because believe it or not, you actually give it to yourself when you touch someone else who's infected. The other thing I think is extremely important is you have to stay hydrated. When you're not hydrated, you make yourself a little more susceptible to the flu also. So make sure you're drinking a good amount of water, juice, or if you prefer, those electrolyte drinks. But definitely avoid coffee, soda, and alcohol, because unfortunately all of them can dehydrate you. And when you're getting ill, that's the last thing you want to do is have any dehydration on board.
So, doctor, let's say I feel like I'm starting to come down with flu symptoms, and I don't have the option of being at home in bed. What do you recommend?
Gosh, at least we have some newer alternatives. You know, in the past, I would take, vitamin C or have my patients do that along with over-the-counter meds that honestly just mask the symptoms and have a slew of side effects. But luckily now my practice has become a lot more holistic as well as my patients' request. But me being a practicing physician, the thing that's important to me are studies, right? That's what we all care about in medicine. And Ocsillo actually has some studies that do show that, in fact, it shortens the duration and reduces the severity of flu-like symptoms when taken at the first signs of illness. So the next question I usually get from patients are like, okay, Dr. Redcross, well, what kind of signs should I be looking for? And so it's some of those that just make you feel run down. I mean, headache, fatigue, chills, fever, and definitely body aches as well. The other thing I love about Ocsillo as well, it's safe for ages 2 to 102, and I can't say that about a lot of the other medications that I'm able to prescribe. Another thing that works really well for my practice is that there's no side effects, such as drowsiness. So busy professionals and vacationers don't have to worry about that impacting their time of what they're having to do while they're trying to enjoy themselves. And lastly, my baby boomers absolutely love this medication because it doesn't interact in any medication that they may be taking. Ocsillo, for me, has just totally revolutionized my practice, to be quite honest. So I'm happy to be able to share that with the listeners today.
Wow, and where can you get Ocsillo?
Luckily, Ocsillo is just about anywhere, luckily, and it's here at the drugstores and grocery stores, and I wouldn't be surprised if you talk to your friends or family about it if someone wasn't already taking it.
Well, this is going to help a lot of our listeners. Dr. Redcross, thanks for sharing your expertise with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on, and everybody stay healthy.
That was Dr. Kenneth Redcross. Ocsillo is available at all major drug chains, mass market retailers, and natural product stores.